Guys, welcome to Your Valuable Knowledge. This is Vinapani Ningomam. Today I'm going to talk about view. In the last lessons of SQL Server, we talk about what is SQL Server, what are the database, and the how to create table, we talk about the query like insert, delete, update, and the how we can do all the manipulations, right? So today we are going to talk about view. So let's see. So in the first, we are going to talk about what is view. Then we will learn about why and when to use view, modifications of the view and the types of view, how we are going to create view, what is the syntax. I'm going to do demonstrations for this. Then the last one is the interview questions. So let's see what is first point. View is nothing but is a virtual table. View is used to create a virtual tables whose content, column, and the rows is like the original table and are defined by a query. By using a query, we use to create a view. And the simple syntax is create view and view name, then as give your DML query. So use this statement to create a view for data in one or more table in the database. Actually, view can be created from more than one tables, and according to your needs, you can do all your logic manipulations. You can use so many constraint or these so many aggregate functions like union, all, join. You can do everything in view. There are some limitations, and we are going to talk that too in the interview sections. So view is nothing but is a virtual table, just like your table, and instead of selecting from the tables, we are going to select from the view by creating a view based on your original table. So second point is why we are going to use view. There are three purposes of using view. First one is to focus, simplify, and customize the perceptions each user has of the database. Second one is view is used as a security mechanism by allowing users to access data through the view without granting the user permission to directly access the underlying base table, which means that instead of pulling data directly from your table, if you create a view and they pull your data through the view, it acts as a security mechanism. The database is make more secure. So view is act as a security mechanism, right? It will give an interface. And the third point is to provide a backward compatibility interface to emulate a table whose schema has changed. So if your some table schema have changed, and in order to make that schema work together, make backward compatibility with the old schema, it is also used. View is also used for this purpose. So these are the three main purpose of using view. And the third one is modifications. And this part is the one the interviewer like the most. Interviewer used to ask what is view and can you update the view. Even even I used to ask this kind of questions when I did my interview, when I took interview. So you can modify the data of an underlying base table through a view as long as the following conditions are true. So let's see what are the conditions. The first condition is the view is defined based on the only one table. If your view is created from only one tables, then it can be modified. Here I want to say something like you can, if your view is creating from two tables, having one to many, without any other functionality like union all and all the other stuff, then you can update. The query will not give you any error, but there will be ambiguity if you modify it or if you update. Suppose you want to modify student subjects with having a one-to-many relationship, then what will happen is, if you modify or if you update with your ID, then all the other subject of that particular ID in the second table will get some subject name, which is not right. So it is better not to up that if your view is creating from one to many relationship tables, creating from one table. So it is that's why it is we actually set the view is defined from one and only one tables. Only then you can do your updation. Second point is the view must include the primary key of the table based upon which the view has been created. If you have a primary key upon, then you can do your updations. And the third point is the view should not have any field made out of aggregate function. If your view have a field which is made from using aggregate functions, then you cannot do your updation. Aggregate function can be any one of them: average, count, sum, mint, max, grouping, etc. Then the fourth point is the view must not have any distinct clause in its definitions. If the view consists and using distinct clause, then that particular view cannot be updated, cannot do any updations. Okay, the view must not have any group bar having clause in its definition. The view must not have any subquery in its definition. If view you want to update is based upon another view, the latter should be updatable. Any of the selected output field of the view must not use constant, string, or the value express. Top is not used anywhere in the select statement of the view together with the with check option clause. So these are the conditions where you can do your update as far as all the conditions are true. So learn all these things, and even you can do practice, and you can check out all the statement with practical approach, and find out if give this best example if the interviewer asks you such type of questions. So let's talk about the type of the view. There are three types of the view. One is a simple updatable view. Second one is a non-updatable view. Third one, index view or materialized view. A simple view are the view which is created based on the column of single table, tables, okay, and is known as a simple view, okay, and can do all the HTML created updatable view. Then the complex view means you're using so many stuff, you're making so many logic inside the view, and the view is created from more than 2 or 3 tables, and that is called non-updatable or the complex view. Index view or materialized view. A view is a virtual table. That means it does not contain any physical data. So when we create an index on view, the data get physically stored in the view. So when you do your when you create an index on that particular view, all the data gets stored physically in that particular view. And select query becomes faster as it is retrieved from the index without having to go to the underlying table. The disadvantage of index view is insert, update, and delete operation will become a little slow. So how I'm going to demonstrate in the last, now let's talk about the interview question. Interview question, these are the all almost same. What is view? Why we use view in the SQL Server? Okay, write a query view of getting results from two tables like department employee. Can you do update in view? What is the view in SQL Server? What are the difference between a table and a view in SQL Server? Okay, let's see what are the difference. The table is physical and the view is logical. A table is independent object, whereas a view is dependent object, um, which means view depends on tables, right? Then, okay. 7.1 in how many type of view? We have talked about this. What is simple view or the updatable view? What is complex view in SQL Server? Can we do drop a table that has dependent view on it? Yes, of course you can do a table even if you can drop a table even if any dependent views are associated with it, but the view that are associated with it will not be dropped. And 11 is, can we create a view based on the view? Yes, of course we can do that. Can we update the view in SQL Server? We have talked so many conditions about this. And why do we need view in SQL Server? We have talked about this also. What are the advantages of using view and the you can say X security purpose, backward compatibility, and this more simplified. To simplify, okay, what are the index view? What are the limitations of the view? Okay, let's see of the limitation. View cannot be based on the temporary table. We cannot create a view of a temporary tables. This is one of the limitations. We cannot pass parameter to view. This is also another limitation. And the rules and the default cannot be associated with view. Third is this, and the fourth one is order by clause is invalid view unless top and the for XML is also specified. These are the four limitations of the view. And the last questions is, what is materialized view? In Oracle, index view is referred as a materialized view. So let's see. Uh, let's see how to create a view. Okay. To create a view is very simple. In the last lesson, we have created database name as a demo DB. So inside this database, we have now I have created one more table. We have two tables, so we are going to create view. This is actually I have already created tables too. Let me create this. This is very simple view. The syntax is very simple. Create view, then give the name of the view as select a string from the your table. Is created now. We can directly call this, write the select query from the view like this. Yeah, there is a two tab record inside this particular view, and let's see. Let's update this particular view. Update this view, get student details. This is okay. Set student name as update. This is updated, and let's see from the view. Yeah, it's updated again. Let's check whether the best table record is get reflected or not. Yeah, this is best travel and it's get reflected. So you can do update if your view is created only from one table. Even you can update even into with a single select query, but there will be so many ambiguity and the record will not be record. This is like a dirty record. So it's better not to do any updates, and the rest of the practice you can do. There's so many. You can do all the others. You can create complex view also. This is a very simple view. That's I'm just giving to you right now. I hope from this video you will learn something about Vue and you can have the idea how interviewer asks questions on Vue, and you will able to create a view for your project. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for my next video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the functions. Bye-bye.